Now, President William Ruto has hailed the East African community as the destination for investment, a pillar and epicenter for the continental peace, security and trade. The president, while addressing the East African Legislative Assembly in Nairobi, also asked member states to fully implement the political federation, the fourth pillar of the East African integration that allows the EAC community to establish a regional force for enhancing peace. President Ruto has also revealed that the East African community member states have consulted to sponsor one candidate for the position of the African Union Commission Chairperson.
At the Parliament buildings in Nairobi, President William Ruto inspected a guard of honor before making his maiden address to the third session of the 5th East African Legislative Assembly. President Ruto hailing the East African community as a magnet for investment.
With a combined GDP of US $350 billion, a population of approximately 350 million, and an expansive area of 5 million square kilometers, the EAC member states are an attractive investment destination.
While boasting unity and integration of the region, the president challenged member states to fully implement the political federation to have the region have a standby force.
We now have in place protocols on defense as well as peace and security, together with the EAC Mutual Defense Pact, which has already been concluded in Kenya, in Uganda, and in Burundi. And we already made a decision last year in Arusha that that process must be concluded in the other remaining states by June this year.
President Ruto called on the EAC states to remove trade barriers for easy movement of goods and the people and help white out the narrative that Africa was a continent of the poor, driven by poverty and diseases, to one of the immense opportunities.
The story is not about disease, it's not about conflict, it's not about poverty. It is about great potential that we have. It is about the opportunities that we have. It is about the investment that is awaiting, and position our continent as the only place where the next industrial revolution is going to happen.
The head of state revealing that EAC member states had consulted to sponsor a single candidate for the African Union Commission chairmanship as the term of Musa Faki of Chad comes to an end next year.
It is going to be the turn for East Africa to provide the chair of the African Union. We have sat down in the spirit of the East African community. We have consulted as heads of state from the East African community together, and we have agreed to sponsor one candidate.
The Assembly last sat in Kenya in 2018. The East African Legislative Assembly will conduct its sittings in Nairobi for 3 weeks, with conflict in DR Congo being among the issues expected to be tabled for discussion. Give us Mana, Prime Edition at the Parliament buildings, Nairobi.